protest when the police kills one of us, but do nothing when we kill 100 of us. His message robbed Aretha of the eulogy she deserved. The family wanted him to do it because he also gave the eulogy for her father in 1984. So they thought he was obviously the best choice to do it. But that eulogy should have been about her and not his distorted views of black people. Okay? Now, I want to know you guys' thoughts on that, because I was driving home as I was listening to this on the radio, and I was like, surely this dude is joking. Surely this is like he's joking. I mean, he made some points, but it's like, gosh, you're so misinformed. You're talking bad about black people.
So he was giving generalizations.
God, Lee was awful. Awful. Black people don't care about black people.
Well, we don't empower other black people. That's true.
Black people don't get a black on black crime. Single mamas this, and God, Lee was like, I don't know if that's the message that Aretha wanted you to give up there. Get up there.
Well, you have two former presidents that are there. When they were in office, why didn't he take this up when they could do something about it?
Right. Well, he wanted to use Aretha's Franklin funeral.
Of course.
To hardly say, and then he talked about her father being a single dad, and talked about Aretha being a single mom, and it's like, wait, what kind of you? I don't want that kind of eulogy at my funeral. Mm-hmm. Do not invite Jasper Williams to eulogize me. It was horrible, right. horrible. And Farrakhan probably was sitting up there like this dude here. And then it's like you're getting in front of the world, you're validating people on Fox News and people who think like them. Yep, see, black people ain't shit. You got this pastor, Aretha Franklin's daddy's pastor, who eulogized him, and now he eulogizing Aretha. See, that black pastor said it, so it must be true. Black people ain't this. Black people ain't that. Yeah, they got all these single mamas. And I was like, what is he doing? 55 minutes of this.
Did he get a check? I bet you if you go back and you realize who's paying him, I'm very sure you'll find it.
Awful. I couldn't believe it. And then Dean says, if they do some effed up stuff, we got to check our own. Yeah, we got to check our own, but I think it needs to be valid. There's got to be validity to us checking us. We can't just jump on the bandwagon. See, like, I like to do a little bit of investigative work before I demonize somebody. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I'm right in what I'm about to say about somebody, because we know that anybody can fashion anything on the internet and say, ooh, look at this. He didn't grope Ariana's titty.
Oh, and I'm going to go with that.
Right. Did he really?
Abraham Lincoln said everything on the internet is
true. It's the truth. Yeah, he did. I remember he said that when he was speaking a couple years. I remember Abraham Lincoln said that. But it's like, because it's on the internet, it's true. Because somebody was obviously doing too much. I didn't see the dude do it until somebody posted a meme and decided to make a false narrative that this dude is a pervert because he groped up on her little bit titty. Not that the size of the titty is significant, but I'm just saying I don't think that was his intention.
Well, it should be. I won't go any less than a 36D.
Al says those pastors shouldn't have been looking at Ariana's little dress and her tits, and they should have their eyes on Fantasia's butt. You know what?
I don't know why they keep inviting Fantasia to these events, because all she does is scream.
Well, I mean, I think she did a good job.
I mean, all she does is scream. And then here's another thing, and I guess I am judging her. You're inviting a woman who had an affair with a married man and had a baby with a married man.
Well, God dang it. All that falls short of the glory of God. Those who are perfect, God dang it, cast the first stone. Ow! Those who live in glass houses should not throw stones.
Wait. The person that just threw a stone right there? That was Mary.
Right.
So,
which one? Which Mary?
Jesus' mother.
Okay, not the one that was a hooker.
No.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Mother. Right.
So, Fantasia got issues. But Fantasia, if anybody should have sung, it should have been Fantasia, I think. Fantasia's rooted in church. Obviously, she was influenced by Aretha Franklin.
Yeah, but she just screams too much. I just can't. I can't.
You don't like that?
Remember, I'm a Catholic. We do the Kumbaya, my Lord. Kumbaya.
Yeah, y'all do
in
all
30
that.
minutes, we're out of there, and it's time to go see football. And
time for the pastor to go, now shut up.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, D. If it ain't nice, don't say it.
I mean, she just screams too much. I just can't.
Al, you also say, I don't care what black preachers say until they start hooping and hollering with the organ. That's when I start laughing. And that's why you are a heathen. You are a heathen. I can imagine you as a little boy when a pastor got up in there and was hooping and hollering. You probably got pinched a lot by your mama, your grandmama, the usher. All of them just, shut up, little boy.
Right.
Just bad.
Or when they have Bible church for the kids. Okay, all the kids leave now. Bible church. Y'all go.
Y'all go in there and act like you're doing something. And you just know that she's a woman, not her fault. Nah. That's not what I'm saying. I know where you're going with that. I'm not saying because she's a woman, it's not her fault. I'm saying that I don't think it was her intentions to go in the church and be salacious.
But okay, let me ask you this. When somebody is putting on a dress, I know how you women are. Some people obviously don't have body mirrors in their house because they come outside of it. But you're going to your funeral and you see this mini skirt going on your body and you're not questioning yourself.
Well, she probably just didn't think there was anything wrong with it, but I get it.
Yeah.
Because I remember it was a time when my uncle died, my grandmother's brother, and I was going to wear a red suit.
Oh, that cat suit?
No, it wasn't no cat suit, fools. I was going to wear a red suit. It was modest. It wasn't nothing, My grandma liked her wig flipped around and said, you will not wear that suit to my brother's funeral.
Right.
And she gave me a flowery, it was awful. A flowery dress all the way down to the ground to put on.
Yes.
And that's what I wore to the funeral.
And the thing is, you got to also remember, I mean, you guys, you and your sister, your daughter, a lot of your nieces, you guys are genetically gifted. Okay?
Yeah, and so you can't. A lot of times you can't hide it.
Right, but you need. Sometimes it's a little.
Use some discretion.
Yes.
If you got a big old giant booty, don't wear a mini skirt to the house of the Lord. Right. Put some clothes on.
Right.
Okay. Right. Deacon so and so can see you got a big booty. Mm-hmm. Even if you wear a burlap sack, he gonna look.
Yeah, you got them big old legs. All
that.
Nice.
Right. You don't need to wear no fishnet black pantyhose, big legs show through the hose. You don't need to see none of that.
Plunged.
Keep all that for the club when you come to church. Because see, I was also brought up in the mosque, and even the mosque, Ariana, when they got into Farrakhan's temple. Would that have been like, sister, you very beautiful?
Well, no, she wouldn't have got to the front door, maybe the back.
She wouldn't even got in there. I'm telling you what they do. They give you something to wear if you coming in there dressed inappropriately. Okay. And they're loving when they tell you, but you ain't coming into the temple like that. So, yeah. And Al says, I'd rather hear Fantasia rather than Jennifer Holliday and Hudson and Patti LaBelle who do too much damn screaming.
Yeah, they do a lot of screaming too. I'm just sing the damn song and get over it.
Well, that is the song. And Tay says, remember, a lot of white churches are coming as you are, so folks do. But let me say this. Mm-hmm. And then you know, if you say black pastors are overpaid actors. Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm. But let me say this. And you also say, that's like me wearing ass-out jeans to prison and saying, it's not my fault. I got raped. You should be able to wear your ass out in prison and not be raped. I said, should. Will you be raped? Absolutely. They going to have a field day in your booty. I can't believe I said that. Outside of closed doors anyway.
Right.
But anyway, let me say this about the whole notion of the church, and the Bible says, come as you are. Do y'all know that is not biblical as far as that being a scripture? Mm-hmm. Come as you are is not in the Bible. However, there are texts or scriptures in the Bible that says, because a lot of people say, I ain't ready to go to church. I ain't done going to the club. Yeah. When I get done going, I'm going to go to church.
Now, my stepdad would not go to the church unless he had a suit, 3-piece suit.
Right, okay, but see, but the Bible does say scriptures like, come on. We'll never be perfect. Our righteousness is like filthy rags. You'll never be good enough as far as being perfect and all that. So come as you are per se. But a lot of people get that twisted when they want to justify madness. Like, well, the Bible does say come as you are. Not saying that you're doing that, Tay, but a lot of people say, the Bible says come as you are. Yeah, but the Bible also says use wisdom. Now, if you're new or a babe in Christ, look at me. Go on, preach, D. If you're a babe in Christ, then yes, they give you a little leeway because you don't know better. But when you become an adult and you're not feasting on milk, you're now feeding on meat. That's the metaphorical term of the word. Then you're supposed to come appropriate.
Yeah, I always had a problem with that because, let's say I'm into the adult film industry. I don't get raptured with D's in my hand. You know what I mean? Come as you are.
If you have the D's in your hand, you might have been asking the Lord for forgiveness.
Right.
So
and I get raptured with the D's in my hand.
Hey, it is what it is. You going to hell, by the way.
I'm sorry.
Al says, I don't care what black pastors say. I love and laugh uncontrollably at the hoop and holler. Yes, we know, Al. It don't take much for you to. Sometimes I'll be real with y'all. I love Al to death, but I be having to hang up on his ass because he be just like uncontrollably. I'm like, boy, I gotta go by. Matter of fact, I did it to him twice today. But yeah, so a lot of people get that twisted. Oh, the Lord says, the Bible says, come as you are. In roundabout way, yeah, but it don't say that specifically. And people just use that excuse. Well, leave that sister alone. I know her booty cheeks was hanging out on the second row, the second pew, while Pastor so-and-so was preaching. But the word says, come as you are.
But aren't you supposed to correct that?
Yeah, well, what the usher's job? What are the ushers for?
Right.
Yeah, the ushers are supposed to usher you to your seat, but they also supposed to use wisdom. Sister, now this is the house of the Lord. Mm-hmm. And we would that you come in here with a little bit more clothes on. And so we can, if you have something in the car, we would love you to go put that on. If not, we got this choir robe you can put on because it's important that you get the word. But under those certain circumstances,
if not, you can watch outside the...
Right. The overflow. We can give you the notes, the what do you call it? The flyer, whatever it is. I said, go show you how long I've been out of church. I forget what they call it. But you can't come in here like that because, and I don't see any more comments. That's why I'm kind of belaboring this point. Because, and used to know, but I understand where you're going with that. We do not want to lead people onto temptation. Because whether we realize it or not, women, if our come preaches about this a lot, women have the power to entice a man because as men, you guys are enticed when the wind blows.
Well, like the shows like I show you on ID and CI and Discovery, just about in every situation where somebody's murdered, it's a love triangle or something that a woman wanted and she used her wiles to make the dude kill the other dude or steal the money. Or, that's a power women have. God
knew what he was doing when he fashioned women. Right. He knew what he was doing when he gave us these and that and the hips and the dip. And he knew. He knew how to get your attention. Right. And so when we don't use wisdom as women, that's why there's supposed to be a barrier in the church. Because there's men in there. I've been to churches where people try to accuse Deacon so-and-so of looking. Well, I don't know if Deacon so-and-so was looking, but golly, I can damn near see her hoo-ha. And y'all let this woman in the church, and now y'all mad at Deacon so-and-so because he might have looked.
And then what's really sad is if you look at the churches now, the older deaconesses and what do you got call prophetesses, whatever these titles they give themselves, they're trying to compete with the younger girls. So they're starting to look like hoes.
But also to your point, the Bible says, listen, again, I don't go to church, but I do know the Bible. I studied up under a good pastor who taught the word, okay? Now, it says that the older women are supposed to instruct the younger women on what to do.
And men, too. The older men
too, right. You're supposed to do that. Now, if you're an usher, you're older usher, and you see the young girls coming off into the church half naked, you're supposed to correct her out of love. Now, don't embarrass her. Girl, hell no, you ain't coming. Not that an usher would be talking like that. Although I've seen some
some churches,
too.
They jealous.
You're supposed to talk to her in love.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right, and so... As I said, Al, nowadays a lot of the young brothers wear tennis shoes to church rather than buy a decent pair of dress shoes.
You got now, Catholic church is, white church, come as you are, whatever. But, you go to churches now, grandma's church, my grandmother was a Methodist. You couldn't come in there without a collared shirt. Now kids are just coming in there no respect,
shorts,
whatsoever.
Flops,
right. And you're just like, wait a minute, this is a funeral.
This is still the house of the Lord.
Even in the movies, if you have never been to a funeral, the person has a jacket on and you wear dark colors.
Respect.
No, these guys are coming in with their dickies, their tan dickies, the white t-shirt, and you're thinking, what the hell is going on here? But that's where we're at.
Where are the older people? Mm-hmm. And then, but you're right, you should go to church at least, acting like you care. And Arsenio says, not that I am practicing Christian, but I'm a practicing Christian, but in the head of these peoples who believe that by going to church, they are going to the house of God, quote unquote, therefore actually meeting God, quote unquote. So in that sense, why would you not dress appropriately?
Right, you want your best, at least.
God says, bring me your best.
Right.
He didn't say, roll out
just
of bed once you got out of the club and just,
Because when you were at the club, you were dressed with your nines on.
Right.
And you're going to come into my church, just whatever.
You reach in the hamper, just put on something.
and then you're 20, 30 minutes late because you already missed the
hair sticking all over, your eyeliner smeared, like, woo! Right. And that was my jam last night.
And you're half sleeping in the church.
Half sleeping in the church, right. And they're going to do it all over again. Those hypocrites.
Sad.
And it used to know, he says, black people first mistake bowing to the oppressors. Their second was believing in false tales like the Bible. Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. But but because I know the Bible and I know what Christians are supposed to be practicing, which they don't. They don't. Which is why I laugh at a lot of these Christians. It's like, y'all around here just lying on God, misrepresenting the Bible. Y'all doing the most, and y'all don't even know what the Bible says.
Well, the funny thing is when people are so up on this Trump stuff and what's going on in the world.
Oh, don't get that. No.
Don't
go there.
Because I'm a political person. But at the end of the day, you see my post, I'm always laughing on the post.
Right.
But at the end of the day, a real Christian knows only God's going to solve these problems.
Right. I agree.
And that's the end of it.
Right. But how about these Trumpsters, as people will call them?
He's going to save us.
These big-time Christians. Mm-hmm. Amen in the nonsense of Trump.
Yeah. A man's going to, I'm the only one that can solve it. And these motherfuckers believe it.
Right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay, brother. Okay. Be you. Free yourself.
Free myself.
If you got to drop an F-bomb every once in a while.
Once in a while. Gotcha.
Al says, was I wrong watching a church program live stream with my boxers and t-shirt on?
That's a good question.
Who was to know that? Now we all know that you were damn near naked watching a church service. I don't know if that's some sort of a fetish you got going on, but
the important thing, baby, he was watching that service.
Did you get the word? What was the sermon about? That right?
Don't even go
What
there.
was the sermon about? What was the man of God talking about?
Oh my goodness!
Then we'll let you know if he was wrong or not. You probably wasn't even paying attention. You probably laughing.
Eating his Doritos and
right. And so honestly, that's all I have. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything. You want to anything on your mind? We got a little bit of time.
Yeah,
we got about 30 minutes or so. So
well, I have something.
Go ahead, brother. What you got?
Let's look at the parallel between Aretha's funeral and John McCain's funeral.
I didn't watch John McCain's funeral.
Nobody did. Basically, nobody did.
I didn't watch it.
Because everybody wants to party with Aretha.
And I used to know, he said, read the walls of Egypt and we will know where the Bible came from. No, absolutely. One of my favorite songs is by Steely Dan called The Caves of Altamira. I think that's how you say it. And it talks about that. It says, the lyrics go, it says, before the fall, they wrote it on the wall. Mm-hmm. For you and me, we understood. And so we were talking about that, the hieroglyphics and things. And these are white dudes saying that. Like, okay, Hollywood is telling us something different. But if you read these caves and the walls, the truth is there. And they wrote that years ago. Right. So to your point, the Bible is an adaptation of a lot of the things that came out of Egypt. And so I agree.
Well, the Bible's nothing but stories. I mean,
yeah.
They're stories. Yeah, they're stories.
Mm-hmm. And so you're asking about the parallel between John McCain's funeral and Aretha.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I just think they were on two different planets. One was probably very somber, on John McCain. I didn't watch not a drop of it. And the other one was, because, black people, when we go out was like with a bang. Like, is this a funeral or a celebration? I mean, it's a celebration, but the premise of a funeral, especially in our community, is to be uplifting. We don't want to be, oh, Lord, people diving in the caskets and all that other stuff, which they do.
Yeah, we stopped that a long time ago.
Right, that's enough. Yeah. You was left out of the wheel, so you could stop all that.
Well, here's the good thing about Aretha's thing, and this is for some reason, I don't know why I was thinking that when it was coming out.
You thought it was going to be a casket diver?
Well, no, I thought that they were going to prop her up with a mic. Like those funerals where they prop them over the grandma's the chick at the club. You know what I mean? She's dead, but they prop her.
What?
Yeah. Right. Just happened with the mic. And okay, good.
Aretha was not going to be propped up like the best funeral ever.
And what I also liked was the fact, a lot of people, we got a lot of feedback on your show last week about the insurance and not having a will. We talked about insurance and the will. And again, I can't say it enough. I'm sure you can't say it enough. people get a living will and a health directive.
Write it on a paper towel. Write it on a piece of tissue. Write it somewhere so people have somewhere to go.
Because they showed Aretha's sons, her grandchildren, and her niece. Mm-hmm. And the niece has been put as the temporary administrator. And just to unsort all of this mess is going to be a big
I'll be like,
big
you know
problem.
what? I'll let somebody else do all of that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
They want to protect their money because if they have somebody else do it, those are huge fees they're going to pay somebody else or so.
Right. So please, everybody, just get some insurance, get some a will, and that way you can dictate how you want to be buried and what's going on.
You can dictate from the grave.
Dictate from the grave, exactly. I mean, that's how important it is. I mean, us, we just for some reason. Fat meat ain't greasy.
We debunked that last week, though.
Right, but fat meat ain't greasy. We just don't want to listen.
Right. I agree with you. And Al says, Al's Zach joke of the day.
All right.
When I was a kid, I told the preacher after church, when I grow up, I'm going to give him some money because he is always begging. You know what? You are, man. Tay says, folks took the time to drag Trump at McCain's funeral.
They did.
But we talking about why they political at Aretha's funeral. Well,
yeah, I mean,
Trump is just a topic of discussion.
Yeah, but but that's a war between the white folks. You remember that? Have you ever seen the movie Which Way Is Up?
I have.
That's between the Mexicans and the white folks. You got a death wish, boy.
Okay, right. Mind your business.
Yeah, So,
and Al says, "As D&D, is it true?" I read some of this. I can already just tell. Is it true a family that prays together stays together? Does that apply if the married couple are different faiths going to different churches?
Wow, that's a good question. Okay, yes and no. If they go to different churches, they're not going to stay together, and obviously they're not praying together. So I don't see it happening.
Honestly, I used to believe that because they say you should not be unequally yoked and that you should be on the same page, for lack of better words. I just feel like if do you and you're cool with them doing them, as long as they're respectful, who cares?
Well, no. Who cares? You're right, but the thing is that union going to last? I don't think it will, because you got one group going here and you got one group going there.
How about we just don't go at all?
Maybe try another faith.
I mean, I always make the example of I'm a vegan and Al's not a vegan. Do I not date him because he eats meat?
Never mind.
Shut your mouth.
I was going to say something. I'm not going to say anything. I'm good. This is your show. I'm going to be good today.
When I said, like the minute it left my mouth, I said, I stepped in that one.
Yes, and I was going to take
this
it.
This is a family-oriented show.
I was going to take it.
You will keep your mind out the gutter.
Yes, I was going to take it.
He used to know. He says, I hate the fact that blacks will gather for celebrities but will not protect the cause.
And he made a good point. Didn't Al Sharpton say something about the
lines, the voting lines?
Yeah, the voting lines.
Yeah,
and it's like you come out for this, but you won't come out.
Well, we love a party.
Yes, we like to be entertained.
But then again, I would also just challenge you. What are we voting for? Are we going to keep voting for Democrats or
Democrats?
Yeah, or Democrats, as you would say? Are we going to keep on voting? Because as we know, a lot of people at the funeral kept preaching the Democratic agenda. A lot of them were talking about President Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, the first black president, to your point that you're making earlier. Well, those people harmed black people. Mm-hmm. And yet, here we are. We got all these dignitaries up there still touting the candidacy or the presidency
checks.
Of people who...
They've all been validated.
Right.
Eric Mike Dyson, they all have been validated. Al Sharpton, he got a show on MSNBC. He doesn't really talk about serious issues.
Yeah, he but then he'll back away from it. Right.
And they gave him a show. So.
And then, too, which was kind of awkward if you think about it, Farrakhan was sitting up there, 2 people away from Bill Clinton, and we know that Farrakhan has not bit his tongue about calling Hillary an evil woman and the things that she's done while she was Secretary of State.
Yeah, and did you notice while she was sitting there, she looked sick.
Well, hell,
she was in a jumper or one piece, whatever that thing was.
I saw her one time.
Yeah, whatever it was. It was just very sinister. I'm like, something's wrong with her.
She's getting old too. Rabbit's getting old. Yeah, you know. And Houston says, I hate the... Oh, I read that already. And Shantae says, see, I was going to go there, but nah. What Houston said about that point?
Mm-hmm.
Or about what Donovan was about to say.
Oh, and speaking of Tay, she's our roving reporter there. Congratulations. She just had a brand new nephew born last week.
All right. And I also saw your family photo. I think you said there were 7 grandkids now. Yes.
That's pretty good.
That's what we people do.
My grandmother on my dad's side, my dad's mother has 65 grandchildren, 30-something great-grandchildren, I think 18 great-great-grandchildren. That's just on my dad's side. My mom's side, I can't remember how many.
Didn't have no TVs back then, huh?
No TVs.
And then keep them busy, huh?
You're in the South.
Got it. Al says, in the Bible doesn't say about giving 10% because if that's so, people that don't go to church and watch it at home are paying more than that on their cable bill. You know what, Al?
And speaking of which, I'm getting rid of my cable. I've had enough. My bill went up.
I've had it. We're going to see.
No, I'm going to get the internet.
Yeah, because I came over here when you were searching. Make sure before you cut off your cable, all your ratchet shows was on the streaming service. Yes. And you was good at that point.
I was good at that point once I get streaming.
And you said, seems like we love getting our ass kicked. Well,
we do.
I don't know.
We're like a Timex commercial.
We don't know if we subconsciously like it, but I mean, if we are consciously like it, but subconsciously, yeah, we do. I mean, I don't know. I just, you know what? Al thinks I'm joking. And I said this to him yesterday morning. I said I was up in the middle of the night last night, and I was thinking about moving to Africa. Like, just piecing out of here.
Wait, was that you that put up that meme? How far is Wakanda from?
No, that was Tay.
Oh, okay, I got you.
She put up that. Okay. But I'm going... I'm really seriously thinking about going to Africa. I just can't get over here no more. Well, I can't do it.
Here's the funny thing.
I'm done.
There was a thing on YouTube that I was watching, and there's this girl that she's in Africa right now. She's an American girl. And she was saying, why is it that black people, we do not travel to Africa as a whole? We go to the Caribbean, we go over here, we go over there.
Oh, we go to Asia.
Yeah, we go to Asia, which is cheap, you know. But the thing is, the problem is with that is because they have made it to where it's so expensive to buy the plane ticket to get over there.
Well, it's something like $2,200.
Yeah, just to get to South Africa. That's just the plane ticket.
Right. I looked once.
And it's not that we don't want to go, but see, they have a plan to make sure that we don't go. Because I'm almost sure that if we did go,
I just need a one-way ticket.
Yeah, okay.
I just need a one-way ticket.
Well, you could take your one-way ticket. I'm not leaving unless I'm guaranteed to take some of the riches that my ancestors put in. I'm not leaving empty-handed.
I don't even want it no more. Honestly,
I'm not leaving empty-handed.
I don't want it no more. I just need a one-way ticket. I'm out of here, y'all. Yeah. Y'all gonna Sunday gonna come, and y'all gonna be like, damn, we ain't seen it wrong. And then when I get set up, y'all gonna see. It's gonna be the African dancers behind me. I'm having on my African garb, and I'm gonna be live from South Africa or wherever I go.
And since we're talking about Africa, and I know we aren't a political show, but I just wanted to get your opinion on this. They last week the African Congress repealed the Land Confiscation Act. What is your thought on it?
As far as not wanting to do it after all?
No, that ain't why they repealed it. They repealed it, my understanding is, so that they can reword it into the Constitution.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be clear. We ain't going to just be talking.
Right. They're going to redo it.
I'm just like, just do it already.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Right.
I'm with Malima on that. We done talked enough.
Right.
Okay? And RC says, the question was very good. What happens if they go to different churches? They can do it, but it can't feel like they're avoiding to step on each other's shoes. And even then, what of the kids?
Right.
Let's see. What of the kids? A Catholic may work it out with a Protestant, but could a Muslim work it out with a Jew? In short, yes, it could work just fine, but it's not ideal. I don't believe family-wise it will ever be strongly unified. Well, my take on that is if you are very rooted in your faith, you ain't going to go outside of that.
Right.
You're not going to find a mate outside of that. Mm-hmm. So how rooted can you really be in your faith if you're going to marry outside of your faith? Hey,
I don't care what Afro Thunder, I love her. Okay? I don't care what she believes. She
believes in drinking the Kool-Aid. She follows Jim Jones's church.
That's
you
cool.
Drinking the Kool-Aid?
No, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, baby. You gotta go.
Al says, I love clean meat. Mic drop. I'm going to Africa. Y'all think a plan. I really, Africa's been on my mind.
Well, again, do you have your passport?
I do.
Okay, well, we will keep it upgraded, and maybe we can go on a trip next year.
I just need a one-way ticket.
Oh, okay. Well,
I just need a one-way. And I told him we already have a long-distance relationship.
Yeah. What difference is going to make another 3,000 miles?
I'm just saying.
She go over there and meet, what's his name? Garfield.
Yeah, really? eBay?
Yeah, eBay.
No. Al says, I brought the Black Panther Blu-ray, and that's the closest you're going to Africa without me.
Damn.
But on the other hand, we can only watch it together. I guess I ain't going to Africa.
So let me ask you guys this. You guys have been courting now for how long?
2 years. 2 years. Something.
All right, that's good. That's good. And, I mean, even though it's not an ideal situation, you guys are making it work.
We're making it work.
And could you give us some tips on how you guys did? I'm thank God for FaceTime.
I'm glad you asked that. Okay, because I get this question a lot, and so does Al. Al, on the other hand, people will ask him, how you know what she doing out there in California?
Right.
How you know all that other stuff? But nobody's asked me that, to be honest with you. Nobody that I can think of has asked me, how do you know he's doing what he's supposed to be doing? Well, I will just offer this advice for anybody who's thinking about a long-distance relationship. You have to know who you are, first of all. Okay. Because if you're not secure in who you are, in your mind, that person's always going to be cheating if they don't answer their phone. If they're doing this, that, and the other, where was you at? How come you didn't do this? Why you did? That's always going to go through your mind if you're not rooted in who you are. So that's first and foremost. Second, you can't be insecure. Okay, I guess that kind of goes on. You can't be insecure. And I don't know, just like those things never come through my mind. What is he doing, or is he doing this, that, and the other? Because true indeed, not to put all my business out there, but the men that I've been with that I lived with or lived in the same city, they weren't faithful. So to me, distance doesn't make a person faithful or unfaithful. It's always going to be the person. The person, they will use distance to their advantage if they have the propensity to be unfaithful, but distance is not going to make anybody cheat.
Right.
And so you have to know who you are, and you have to trust that person for it to work. Otherwise, it's not going to work if you don't.
Well, I don't want to say anything, but I keep seeing Al put up these pictures with these two beautiful young girls.
Those are his daughters.
Oh, okay, got it. I make sure. He's always with them. I'm just saying.
As he should.
Yeah, okay, good.
And you said, as much money as we spend as blacks in the United States, we can reform Africa and make our homeland a superpower to be reckoned with. We could.
Well, you know, here's the funny thing. There is a lot of land in Australia that is uncultivated.
And you want to go to Australia?
Well, I'm just saying. That really wouldn't be a land dispute.
Right, I
agree.
What I mean? Yeah.
So, I mean, we can go
to Houston's point, we got the resources. We just keep making excuses. I ain't leaving over here.
Is that good white man? Leave this good white man? Where we gonna get a better house than we get over than here?
I know over there I'm gonna get me an African hut.
Right.
Like, educate yourself, okay? If you want an African hut, you can have that. But they
here.
Yeah, but they got houses in Africa, just in case people didn't know that.
Exactly.
Houses that'll put all these houses to shame.
Shame.
And then so now I see the comments. And Al says it helps me be ambidextrous. Yo, you is a fool. He also said communication is everyday, as an everyday must. Tay says, you're so right, D. My husband accused me of cheating when I was sitting at home, and he had a whole girlfriend when he was on the road. And that's what I said. So it doesn't, like, if a person who has the propensity to cheat, they gonna do it if they sit right next to you 23 hours a day. That 1 hour they ain't sitting next to you, they're gonna take the opportunity to do it. So it's always the person. I too, Tay, was married to a truck driver. I would never do it again. I don't have to now, but that dude probably had one in every state, probably one in every county. So was it that he was a truck driver that caused him to cheat? No, he was just a cheater. He could have been a bagger at Walmart.
From Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Woo!
Keep talking about them Chicago.
Chicago, man, them guys are rough.
It's always the person. It's never like people say, Facebook is breaking up relationships. Facebook ain't breaking up relationships.
No, it's the person.
Yeah, Facebook is an inanimate object. It has no power unless you give it power. Does it act for a portal for you to get more people? Yeah.
There's an old saying: if you're gonna look for something, you definitely gonna find it.
You gonna find it. I mean, so yeah. I mean, you just got to know who you are. But yeah, people who don't know who they are, they're very insecure. I mean, if you in the bathroom too long, what you doing in there?
Yeah.
Because you've been in there for 5 minutes.
Right. You might have the squirts and have to stay in there a little longer than needed.
You just snuck a man off into the damn bathroom with you or something through the window. And Houston always says, President Trump just asked for Al's birth certificate. And Al says, the person dating someone in the same city who is cheating is like being in a long distance relationship, but worse. Yeah. It's the same thing. You know, you think because in the same city with somebody, they're faithful. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not, but people that if you a cheater, you a cheater. Yeah. Al asked me the other day, do you think once a cheater, always a cheater? I venture on the side of yes. Do some people reform? Yeah. But I just think people who cheat and who have cheated a lot, that's just who they are. And they're not being true to themselves. You might as well just say, listen, I love the ladies or I love the men.
Right. Find you a person that's into
all that
group.
Yeah. Who
activities.
Don't mind being Wednesday and Thursday, but give them the option and you can have it all. You ain't got to lie to kick it. Because what you're doing is you're leaving a path of destruction behind you instead of just being honest. Like, I try to get in the mind of people, and I always think about people who cheat. One day they're going to be old people, and you know, it's from a man's point of view, or thinking about a man. He's going to sit and think about all the women that he hurt.
Oh yeah,
and to me, a cheater is probably one of the most evil people on the planet, simply because of the pain and destruction that you cause that other person because you lack the ability to just keep it real. Right,
or think about this. Remember that in the movie Malcolm X by Spike Lee, where he turned that girl because she was a sweet girl and he turned her into a prostitute because he didn't treat her correctly.
Right.
That
happens all the time.
It can happen.
You just have no respect for that other person and you do them damage. A lot of people, it takes them a long time to recover from what they say, a broken heart. Or it's devastating.
I've been divorced for 8 years now.
Has it been 8 years?
No, wait, 2012. No, so 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. So.
And you still ain't forgot Miss Sadiq. Listen, we are looking for Miss Sadiq, whoever you are. We have a single man here who is worth his weight as a man. So if you're looking, we found him.
Yes, you better hurry up because next week I'm going to Japan.
He's going to Japan. So. And then Arson, he says, laugh out loud. In that sense, cheaters always think other people are cheating on them. Yes. Laugh out loud. In the end, they may also be even more possessive than their partner. Yes, been there, done that, where a person thought, I'm doing something. I'm like, I ain't doing nothing, but is Belle all right?
She's all right.
Oh,
dry skin.
I'm not doing nothing but just sitting here and I'm cheating. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Insecure person.
What are you doing to make you think I'm cheating on you?
And the funny thing, I was watching that movie Star 80 about that Dorothy Stratton girl that was killed by her husband.
I don't think I've seen that.
She was the Playboy model that was murdered by her. She was like an up-and-coming star. She was going to be a movie star and stuff like that. And she was murdered by her, but her husband was so insecure with her.
Right.
And he ended up killing her. When a person's insecure like that, you better start asking some questions.
You better exit stage left. You all right, Bill? That's Donovan's dog. He's like, y'all talking too long. I mean, she. I keep but anyway, Al says, all I know is that no matter how long we are in a long distance, I'm not going to do anything heinous to you. You better not, because I kill you dead. I kill you dead.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know that you won't.
I think you stuck, bruh.
Yeah, you stuck. You gonna get? I'll be on an episode of Deadly Women.
Yeah, Deadly Women.
On this episode of Deadly Women, she
went all the way down to Houston, drove.
Right.
drove.
I need to hear the music. Houston always says, my long distance relationship was good. It was just like she wasn't who I thought she was. She had lost my trust when I found out she had fake hair, eyes, fake ass, fake pussy.
Thank you, brother.
Personality.
Yes, thank you, brother. I've been hollering like that. That's what I've been talking about.
Are you serious? Are you pulling my leg?
That's exactly what I've been saying.
So you mean to tell me this sister made you think that she had natural hair, a natural behind, and real eyelashes or eye color, whatever? And then when you got down there, it was she.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know who you guys are. You take all that stuff off, you'd be like, oh my god, what the hell is you ain't got no hair? You're missing a leg. Your ass fell off. You're like, wait a minute. You see the ass pads in the jeans. Oh my god. It's sad.
Yeah, is it really that bad?
It is. It is. I mean, you guys want us to be straight up with you guys. And we say, okay, look, I'm balding. I don't have this. I don't have that, right?
Well, they got wigs, lace fronts for men now.
But the thing is, most guys, because we're men, we don't care. We're like, hey, this is it. But we get with you guys. Y'all talk about, you need to be honest and straight with me. You guys aren't even straight with us.
A little wig ain't never hurt nobody. Once the light go off, it doesn't matter if I got a wig.
No, it does matter because in those times that I might see you, trying to fix that shit, it might scare the hell out of me. I might think you're the young Seeley. It scares the hell out of me.
What happened to come as you are into the relationship?
Yes, please come as you are. Please
come as who I present myself to be.
No.
I don't know if you were joking, you to know, but how terrible that if you were catfish is what they would say, that you got up with your boo thing and. And she ended up being like Miss Potato Head. You're able to take all the parts off.
No, I mean, I actually saw this girl, beautiful girl. Met her.
It's like CSI.
Yeah, I actually, met this girl. She's beautiful. I mean, looking at her, you're at the little bar, you're meeting her, and hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah, right? And then like 3 days later, we were going to do lunch. And all the hair was gone. Her hair was short. No, I mean, she still looked attractive, but it's like, could you at least try to fool me?
Well, maybe she felt like this is a good brother. I'm going to keep it real with him. I'm going to come as I am. As I really am.
Okay, well, I really wish more sisters would do that because you guys are beautiful as you are.
That's what y'all say. Then we show up looking like buckwheat.
No.
Yeah. We show up looking like buckwheat. It's like, that's a little bit too natural, sister.
Yeah, no. No.
Al says, I tell men, before you cheat and lose more than you gain, always use baby oil. Is better.
Yes.
It's better than lotion. There is nothing wrong with imaginary meow.
Right.
Lord. Hey, Dennis, what's happening? Lord. No, that's TMI.
No, there's a lot of beautiful sisters out there, but I'm gonna tell you it's just the attitude. Okay, let's go back to that. Let's go back to that barbershop.
You and Donovan are in cahoots because you know exactly what to trigger to get this man going.
No, well, let's go back to that barbershop or that hair shop thing.
Oh, okay.
Everybody during the week was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you serious?"
You talking about the sisters that was lined up at the barbershop or the beauty supply.
Yeah, the beauty supply.
After he beat that sister down, and all he had to do was say wigs 50% off, and it was like,
and that one, and that one sister ready to fight the brother that was out there marching. It's like, we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't.
I watched something, and the guy Phil from the Advice Show, he made a good point in saying that wasn't no sister, that wasn't no woman. He said that's a ratchet. Right. That was a ill-behaved woman who,
good point.
He says, and he's keeping it real. He said those are the women that are raising the Pookie and the Ray Rays.
Yep. Exactly.
Those are the women who are responsible for those type of men.
Feminized men. Mm-hmm.
Right. This man is out here trying to protect you, and you about to go off on him. Not about you did.
Right. And then you're gonna sell your integrity for 50% off.
For a wig. Not even no real Yankee. I'm just playing.
Right.
I couldn't tell y'all nothing about no wigs.
But it's just sad when you see that. You're like, are you? And they lined up, and then this store owner didn't even have enough respect to let them all in at one time.
Well, I want you stealing my wigs.
Oh man.
And then since Donovan, today's women are not natural as the women of the past.
I know, brother. Trust me, I know. That's why for 30 years I've been trying to get with her sister. Now that's all woman there.
All woman. All natural.
She'll probably hurt me. But I'm willing to. My insurance is paid up.
Al says, I tell men, even if you are intimate with your significant other and you're thinking about someone else to get your cookies off, you're cheating mentally.
That's true. That's what the Bible says.
Well, yeah. I mean, God, is it that bad? You got to think about somebody else.
I'm just. It's just a sad commentary. What these. Black women have bought into, and they just don't know better. Ariana Grande, and we talked about it earlier.
Well, we know better, and we just aren't able to take advice.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to get out of here. We got 45 seconds. So those on your podcast, thank you so much for joining us. I will be here next week at my house because Donovan will be in Asia.
Yes, China.
So I will be here. But anyway, I just say this to the sisters in closing. If a black man is telling you, I like it natural, you ain't gotta have all the yaki and the eyelashes, as Jonelle, who's I'm assuming in Facebook jail, but also saying you don't have to have the back wings on your eyes, and I'm assuming those are the eyelashes. You don't have to have the back wings to impress us, the fake booty, as you would say, fall off. Just be you.
Just be you.
You know, if the man is telling you that, then